The Premier, Mike Rann, has apologised for what he says was his government's wrong decision to close the park's community centre. But he says he won't be changing his leadership style, despite public outcry over the now reversed budget cut.
Another protest over the state budget, this time about cuts to a family daycare accreditation program.
People can't get training and they can't get registered as family daycare workers, and there'll be less people out there providing childcare.
The union is calling for a back down, but the Premier is only admitting a mistake on one budget cut, the plan to bulldoze the park's community centre.
I'm sorry if people have been upset by the decision. I'm pleased, however, that we've had the guts to admit we're wrong and reverse it.
Closure of the parks was ruled out in any way, shape or form yesterday, but it was left to Social Inclusion Commissioner Monsignor David Capo to front cameras and not Mr Rann. The Premier preferred Twitter to communicate his views.
It's just a different way of putting out a press release, but it seems to really anger journalists. And I don't know why.
Mr Rann says if he had given media interviews yesterday as requested, he still would have come under fire.
If I'd have shown up yesterday, the same critics would have come out and said, oh, he's only there for the good news.
And he's ruled out any changes to his leadership style despite criticism over the parks on Twitter and an online blog.
I'm not perfect, no one is. You're not going to be hearing me saying I'm going to be a different me from today, because that would be totally idiotic.
After a 7.8% swing against Labor at the state election, the government promised to listen and reconnect with the community. But Mr Rann says it couldn't consult on the park's closure beforehand because the state budget would have had no integrity. Angelique Johnson, ABC News, Adelaide.